All right, I was looking at this just now and I started this on the live stream. I'm thinking of, refining this or finishing it out. Let's see. We'll just see how it goes. Excuse me while I look through my stuff because I didn't prepare. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's get this camera shifted slightly. Yeah, okay. So I almost feel like I shouldn't be doing this on video because if it breaks, it's going to be highly disappointing. Yeah. Very, very disappointing. Let's see. You can tell it's got some crusty areas here. That's part of the stone itself. It's inconsistent right there. Because it is a heat treat, I was able to get some nice big bold flakes. But now that I'm going to refine it, I might end up with a bunch of little flakes. And it might get too flakery. I call it flakery. Too many flakes makes it look kind of weird. Unless they're all in a sequence. Yeah, lots of random flakes, they don't look that great, I don't think. Yeah. All right, how am I going to approach this? Well, at this stage, I just take away the lumps. I was just knapping some obsidian earlier. Because I need to use up what I've got. But then I saw this. I said, well, yeah, I napped some obsidian earlier, but I do want to finish this out so I can offer it in the auction. I think what I'll do is I'll just refine it for now. Make a hopefully not too long of a video, and then maybe finish it off camera. I know that's probably not a popular thing to do. Everyone wants to see it from start to finish. But I have a hard time trying to justify doing it on video when I don't really have to. Because it is a risk. There is a risk of breaking it. That's, not very smart of me to risk. We'll see. Yeah. All right. It wants to be tough. Here we go. Trying to get rid of that lump right there. I might not have to, depending on what kind of point I make out of it. But it's going to be hard to notch if I leave it thick right there. But maybe it'll look okay. If I use the Notch-O-Matic, I can punch through a lot of that heavy duty lump right there. That heavy duty lumpage. It might actually look good if I punch notches into a thick area. It'll make it look more authentic, perhaps. Maybe so. Okay, so I'll just leave it thick right there. I could run a flake into that area and thin that way down, but no, I think it might look good actually if I leave it thick. That way I can have big pop outs for the notches. Trying to remember if I ground it down a lot on the video. On the live stream video. Yeah, I can't remember. That's what happens when you switch from one material to the next. It's hard to keep track of what you're doing. Or what you did. I gotta relearn it. Reinvent the wheel every time if I can't remember what I did. I gotta relearn it. What does this respond to? I'm just gonna take down this edge. I need to run flakes in here because it's lumpy there. Yep. And in the meantime, I can take some good flattening flakes. Flatten some of this out. There's a little bit of a lumpage there. Flakes like to follow lumps. Lumps or ridges. Either one, a flake will follow a lump or a ridge. It likes ridges a little bit better. But lumps work. Yeah. You didn't know that? You didn't know that lumps can be used in place of ridges? Now you know. Doesn't always work. But then again, ridges don't always work. Okay. I'm starting to wonder, should I? Maybe not. Because sometimes they don't travel, these flakes. That's a good one. That's a pretty flake. Because the terminations are feathered out. There's no cracking, not much in the beginning. And it didn't scoop it out too much. Yeah. Am I nervous? Oh, yes. Is this fun? Not really. Is it satisfying? Yes, that it is. It can be satisfying. How can it be satisfying and yet not fun? Well, because it's like a roller coaster. You know, it's satisfying, like, oh yeah, it worked. But then you encounter the next one. Oh, dang, I don't like it. And then, ooh, it worked. Yay. And then, oh, dang, this next one looks pretty bad. Etc. Etc. That's why it's not fun. I need it to be consistently fun, not a roller coaster. Roller coasters create the sweat stage, or make it worse. They don't create it; they just make it worse. All right. What did it do? Same force used, but didn't do nothing. And it was even it looked like a better striking area on there, but no. I think maybe I did not hit it hard enough, like I thought I did. I might not have hit it as hard as I thought. Yeah. That one I hit as hard as I thought, and it still didn't do too much. That's weird. Okay. Maybe the consistency of the stone. So I hit it even harder. And there it goes. Yeah. But that's what makes me nervous. I still don't like that lump there. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to try to. There we go. I like it better now. It's more even. It's more symmetrical. Yeah. I find it easier to finish these out when they're symmetrical. I'm in the habit of symmetrizing, as I call it. Yeah. So if I see something that's not symmetrical, I'll pause and I'll try to get it symmetrized. And I'll forget that I was supposed to leave it thick so that the pop-outs look more... so the pop-outs pop out. Yeah, those flakes that have pop-outs look more distinct. Heat treat is so nice. Yes, it is. If it wasn't for the heat treat, I'd lose my mind probably. But I have napped a lot of raw stone. It can be napped. Oh yeah. It can be napped into some nice stuff. But it requires a lot of luck in many cases. Not all cases, because some of the raw stone is high-grade stuff. But even with high-grade raw stone, it does get finicky toward the thinning stage at the end. Toward the end, at the finishing stage, it does get finicky. I remember the Danish flint, which I need to also do on video, finish it out. All right, I think I have something to finish out on the Danish flint stuff. Okay. It's nice to know what I'm dealing with when I've got step fractures. I just broke a piece earlier that had a step fracture. It looked like it didn't dive in, but it had dived, and I hit it really, really hard without knowing that it had dived in and made it weak, and it snapped it in half. To avoid that, I wouldn't have hit it so hard. Tried to sneak up on the step fracture in a more gentle way than I did. How do you do it in a more gentle way? Just reduce the width a little bit and beef up the edge a little bit more. You know, taking back this edge, you know, does both things. It makes it more narrow and it makes the edge thicker. It helps to avoid mishaps sometimes. Yeah. Okay. I feel better now. Satisfying, yes. But then the next one you go, ah, man. This next one. And it gets dicier and dicier with each flake removal because it's getting thinner and thinner. And it's also getting lighter. The lightness doesn't matter too much at this stage because I'm not taking too much off. But during the initial thinning, yeah, it can make quite a bit of difference between one flake and the next. As far as the weight of the workpiece, I am backing it up against my hand, but I'm not squeezing it. Yeah. Okay. I just gotta keep it in my mind that I'm not afraid to hit it. This one scooped it. Dang it. I'm gonna try to hit it again. I gotta get all the dust out and make sure I don't create dust when I put this back in, because it won't go in exactly where it should go in. Gotta make sure there's hardly any gaps You shouldn't see any gap when you put it back together. Okay. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Yeah. Yep. Oh well. We've got a little problem on our hands. And no, Nachomatic's not going to do anything to that. It's at the wrong angle. Bend my notcher. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe I can do the picking with a pressure tool that's rounded. Yeah, like that. That's solid. Yeah, that step fracture encountered some really... I mean, that flake encountered some really tough material in there. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Dang it. I tried not to get upset, because it's no big deal, really. But I didn't want to have to deal with it. But now I got to deal with it. And no, I did not do it on purpose. Normally that would work, but there's a cruddy area in the stone right there. I gotta get way away from that blade because I hit my hand on the blade. That's another thing about large blades. It's easy to cut yourself. Even if when I abrade it, I can still cut myself on it. Because it's, you know, the tip's way out there, and if I do this, if I'm close in and doing all this work, a large blade will get you. Dang it. Coming across this way is the logical thing to plan, but not when it's this wide. My flakes can only go part way. I would have to see how far away this flake ending is from that flake ending. That's how much I got to take off this side if I want to make sure that I reach that step fracture. I don't want to take that much off of that side. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like my options. See, when it gets thin, your options start to diminish. And it gets to the point where the only option is to leave it or break it. Yeah. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, see, that one worked beautifully. But that one, no. And I don't want to use Nachomatic on that because that will dive. It's almost a relief to get a mistake like that because I was waiting. Where is it going to mess up? Of course, it's right exactly in the middle, but I suppose that's better than it messing up near the tip where I'm going to have to lose a lot of length. If I play my cards right, I don't have to lose a lot of length. I just need something else. Maybe I just need something better to pick that out with. I don't have anything. This is too weak. I've been notching with this. It has to be narrow. I think what I'll do is I'll quit and then make a tool especially for that one damage control operation. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Dang it. Dang it. This doesn't want to get straight. Yeah, something. Anyways. I'm using this to notch obsidian right now. So what I think I'll do is I'll make another spatula type tool just for that. And I can try to pick it out. It's damaged, right? So it's not as easy to pick out anymore, but I think I can get my pressure flaking tool in there. The only other option is to try to run a flake from the other direction or from down here. This is the safer bet. It's closer. If I shoot a flake there, I can minimize it by running a flake, and it might not go all the way around it. It'll probably just stop right here, because this is let me start over. The flake may go around it, but this is a nasty area, so it might not work because of the nastiness in this particular area. You might think, oh, I can just run a flake, but this material is not cooperative. Right there, where you want to do damage control, it's not cooperative, and you already know that, and I already know that. But still, the brain says, no, you can just run a flake. No, you have to take into account that that's not going to cooperate. So knowing it's not going to cooperate, like if I shoot another flake here and it's not going to cooperate, it'll create a land bridge, and then I still got to pick it out. And then it just looks worse, because then you get this big unnecessary flake on the other side that scoops it out too much. Because right now it's perfect. That was like the last lumpy spot. And no. Didn't work. Yeah, I'm going to make another tool for that. In the meantime, let's see how well it pressure flakes on near the tip. You know. Just for grins and giggles, I want to see. Ah, sweet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nasty area. Nasty. It's a little bit crunchy. What a surprise. The only problem with grinding it a lot is I can pull the tip right off. Have I done it before? Oh, yeah. Not just a very tippity tip, but like a whole inch off the tip. I've pushed so hard on the tip before that I've taken the whole thing right off. It just pulls the tip right off. Yeah. If you're not careful, you get anxious and you want to push a lot of pressure in there. Gotta get the lump. And yeah, it gets the lump, but the lump takes the whole tip with it. Yeah. Yeah, I forget how nicely this stuff does pressure flake. All right, Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's not going to make it easy for me. What am I doing? I'm trying to determine where the center line is, and then from there I can eliminate that area right there. But I might have grounded it down too much. No, not too bad. No. So that wasn't bad. I did not grind it down too much. Beauty. Okay. Nice. Just don't snap on me. No. There it goes. No. There it goes. Yeah. I get nervous. Come on. I'm trying to be gentle, and what do you do? It's the fracture. Why was I being gentle? Because I don't want to snap the tip off. That's why. I get the step fracture for my caution. I'm going to miss this Abrader when it finally wears out. It makes things so much faster to use a coarse Abrader. Someone might say, just use a stone, man. You can get a rock like this. Yeah, it doesn't hold together as well as this artificial Abrader stuff. I know I can get a rock that looks like that, but it doesn't act that way. Natural rocks are too crumbly. Anyways. It did it. Yes, it did. It did it. Let's see. What else can we do? Yeah. We need to thin the tip before we start messing with that again. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I'll stop messing with it. I will stop messing with it soon. Just hold on. If I take down this side, which is all crunchy, I might be able to get close to that obstacle. And run that flake now instead of later. See where I'm at. That's not going to work much. It's not going to do much. Even if it runs a perfect flake, it won't capture everything, but I suppose it's worth a shot. Yeah, I don't like it. No. I don't like it. So I'm not going to take the shot. I don't like that shot because there's a concavity there. And to eliminate the concavity, I need to run a little flake. And then it'll be too thin. Yeah. I'm going to run a little flake and see if it is too thin. Let's see. Just a little flake. Yeah. Still have a concavity. It's still not rounded enough or convex enough for me to justify hitting it really hard to get a flake into there. Man, I scooped that pretty bad. Didn't I? Yes, I did. Yeah, I turned the heater off so you're not hearing the heater in the background, and it is cooling things down to make me more comfortable, but I still don't like it. I think I would have better luck making a special tool to pick that out. Something that can resist a lot of force. I'm going to have to develop a very long Ishi stick with a spatula tool. I'm going to have to get like an 18-inch or 16-inch piece of wood so I can really put some leverage on it to pop that out. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I could take a chance and run another flake, but knowing the way this is, it's all crunchy right there. It's going to create a land bridge, which makes it even worse. I'm going to try to pop all that out, and then I'll just live with what I get. This might look a little funky once I pop that out, but at least it'll be smoother. Yeah, I'll have everything looks good except that one spot. Yep. And it wanted to dive. That flake wanted to dive in instead of skim across the top. Most of these flakes are just skimming across the top. That one wanted to dive in, I guess because the top material was really tough, so it took a path of least resistance down underneath it. It couldn't come back out. Yeah. All right, so I'll just leave it at that, and I'll make that heavy-duty pressure flaker and try to pop that out of there. Yeah. That way I don't have to mess with the tip anymore and thin that down. I don't feel like thinning down the tip anymore than it already is. You know, if I wanted to hit the middle, I need to thin the ends down some more. Yeah, I think so. I can take back this edge a little more. Get rid of this crunchiness. This does not sharpen up very well. This stuff here. Let's see. Let's see how it sharpens up. Or see how it flakes anyway. Yeah, it's too ground down. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think I can sharpen that. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that sound in the background, that scratching sound. That's snow sliding off the roof of the shed. Yeah, it's pretty loud. It snowed a lot today, and then the temperature went up. Yeah. It stopped snowing. It was supposed to rain, but it didn't rain at all. It just stopped snowing, or the precipitation stopped when it warmed up. And it left a bunch of snow up on the roof that is sliding down, both on the house and the shed. Yeah, right there, that's crunchy right there. But I think I can sharpen the rest of that edge. So I don't need to take much off of that. So if I needed to take a lot of it off, then it might justify shooting a flake right now into that area. If I lose a lot of this, it'll be closer to the obstacle, but I don't have enough meat in here to justify shooting a flake. No. All right. There you go. The flake scars show up really nice on this material. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to capture the mistake? Yeah. I want to see how I fix it. I want to see how I can fix it, or if I can. Well, no. I want to see me definitely fix it. If I can't, that'd be a bummer. All right. There you go. That's it.